I want to say, hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh, look, I didn't even get this all set up right. But what's going on this afternoon, this evening, good morning, wherever you're at in the world? How are you? Let me know in the chat where you're at. I don't know if you're watching me on Facebook, if you're watching me on YouTube, but wherever you're at, just chime in and let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me refix my camera. All right. So we are here today because I wanted to just share with you this journey. This journey. Like many of you have been following me for quite some time. And I know I give you little snippets of it here and there, but this journey, let me just tell you, this journey has been utterly amazing. Amazing. The things that I've learned on this journey, I don't know if I would have been able to do it any other way. So for those of you who know or don't know, let me share something with you. Let me get to my screen so I can share this with you. Okay. Wait a minute. Thought I had it ready, y'all. It's not ready. Why isn't it ready? So I just wanted to share with you who I am. And so wait a minute. It just went to a whole nother screen. Forgive me, y'all. Technology at times. But anyway, no one put in the chat where you're from. I want to know where you're from so that way I can give you a shout out. I want to be able to shout out everybody. While we're waiting for more people to join, I want to acknowledge those who are here. So we're going to give a few seconds, few minutes for those to jump on board. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where are we at here? We are going to. Just love it. I just love it. Well, anyway, so we are here to talk about my weight loss journey. So for those of you who know, I am Carolyn Wilson. Oh, I jumped ahead. For those of you who know, I'm Carolyn Wilson, and I have lost a total of 70 pounds. So, Ohio in the house. Yes. It's my cousin Betty. What's going on, cuzzo? So, yes. So for those of you who know or don't know, my name is Carolyn Wilson. I am from Philadelphia, PA, the wonderful, wonderful city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. So I want to share my screen with you. You give me like 2 seconds. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're coming from so I can give you a shout out. So I can say, hey, what's going on? How are you? So here we go. This is who I am. So once again, put your name or your location in the chat, wherever you're tuning in from, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. Welcome. Thank you. So listen, here you go. This is who I am, right? So I'm Carolyn, just in a nutshell, right? So these are some of the other things, the other hats that I wear, right? A motivational speaker, an award-winning filmmaker, a best-selling author, transformational lifestyle coach. I'm actually a certified lifestyle coach, and I help people with their changing their lifestyle, mind, body, and spirit, mind, body, and soul, really putting those elements together to help you overcome your fear. So let's see, we got Denise. Hey, Denise, what's up, my Prue people? Yes, and hey, Miss. Thank you, Tanique. What's going on? How's baby girl doing? And first day of school. Looking at her. Look at my Prudential. Prue Easy in the house. So yes, thank you guys. I want to give you guys your shout out. So thank you. So there you go. You see me right there, right? So those are just a snippet of the things and the places that I've been and I've done. But this main thing, Nate, how many of you have tried to lose weight? Like, how many of you have been on like multiple diets? Like, let's be honest. Let's put it in the chat. Talk to me. How many of you have been on, diet after diet after diet after diet after diet? If you did, put me in the chat. I want you to put me in the chat because I want to make sure I'm not the only person that this has happened to. So I want to know who in their lifetime has been on a diet. There you go, me. Yep, me. Yeah, I know. Me. My name is Carolyn, and I've been on multiple diets, right? And I've been on the yo-yo, the yo-yo, the yo-yo, the yo-yo. So now let's talk about, let's get real again. How many of you have been successful with the diet? Okay, so let's break it down. Did you lose weight when you were on your diet? Yes or no? Did you lose weight? So if you lost weight, then that's great. See, but the difference is, were you able to keep it off? Were you able to stick to it? Were you able to stick to a program or a regimen for yourself? And there's something about, and like I said, for me, I was the same way. Yo-yoing up and down with my weight over the years due to various things. So if you can relate to that, just say once again, and say, yeah, just put yo-yo. Yeah. Y'all, yes, kept some off. See, but did we really, so when we do some, we didn't really get to the full extent of it. And then for some reason, then we fall off. And then it no longer becomes a lifestyle. So when people, when they ask me about, oh, it's like my weight loss journey, I'm like, I wasn't on a diet. Like I wasn't on a diet. It was literally a lifestyle change for me. Like I changed my lifestyle. So this journey, and I want to share as soon as I can pull this other screen up. So thank you for sharing that. Yes, you kept some off. And like I said, keeping some off is that's it. It's just some. It's not all. It's not all of it, because there's something still missing in that process. So I want to share, if it'll play. I hope it'll play and you guys can hear it. Okay, let me pull this back up. So I want to share the beginning of this journey with you guys. Let me know if you can hear it.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Wilson. I'm a single parent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And over the years, I've struggled with my weight due to overeating, due to being stressed.
Okay, it froze. But you see that jiggly belly, y'all? Like, that was me. That was me back in November of 2019. So video is not going to continue to play, but that's okay. So I can talk you through it. So anyway, so this is all of me, right? The video I was going to try to share the video with you, but it's not coming through. But this was all of me, all of that goodness, all in the middle, that middle section, right? Like that middle section. So at my heaviest, I was a size 18. So that for me was way too much weight. I am 5'3", and that was just too much weight for my body. Just too much. It was just way too much. So what I was saying in the video, as you saw, that was November of 2019. And I was at a place, now mind you, these pictures, ironically, let's see, they're from the one on the bottom with me at the mic. Well, I got two in microphone in my hand. With the white microphone, that's in 2018. The one in the white, I believe that was 2018 as well. And then the other two in the purple and in the black, that was in 2019. So that was the one in the purple was in June, because that was at my conference. Ironically, the theme was Be Transformed. Now watch this. Be Transformed. That was the theme in June of 2019 at my Celebrating Youth Women's Conference. And then on the white, the theme was Be Fearlessly Free. So, but let me stick with the Be Transformed, right? So that was in June of 2019. And then if you go to the top picture, that's the one where it says Women of Worth. That was in August of 2019. Now, some of you may look at my picture and say, well, you don't look that bad. Well, let me tell you, when I looked in the mirror, it was pretty bad. And that shirt and the matter of fact, both of those shirts I got kind of caught in because as you can see, I got used to wearing them blouse so I can cover up my Dunlap. You know, the Dunlap is that my belly done lapped over my belt. And so I was away out of town and I had bought this shirt and I was like, oh, I'm going to wear this and I'm going to, you know, this is what I'm going to wear. And then when I put it on, I'm like, oh man, even when I ordered the white shirt, I'm like, oh man, like it's fitting too tight. And I don't like the way I'm showing my body through my clothes. I need it to be blousy and bubbly and hide me, right? All of those things because I don't feel transformed. I don't feel like this woman of worth, you know, even though I am, but I didn't feel it because the way my clothes were fitting on me. So I was already in this process of like, you know, Carolyn, we have to get this thing together. Prior to then, I was doing some exercise, some stuff, not a lot, but I was doing some things. Periodic, like I said, I was on these diets off and on, off and on, off and on. And so it wasn't until it's just somehow back, it was like so I told you that was in August, but then in like October, it was sometime in October, I just had this whole, it was like, be ready, be ready, be ready. And I'm like, okay, be ready. I have to be ready. I have to be ready for the direction in which I have all these other things, all these other hats that I'm doing that need to occur. Okay, Carolyn, you kind of have, you know, your mindset pretty on track with your magnified thoughts, right? Okay, you kind of have things kind of in order with your spirit. You are connected spiritually. Okay. But what about body? A little off on your body as you saw those pictures. And so I was like, okay, I have to be ready. So if I'm going to be ready, God is going to take me and elevate me in places and spaces that I've never been before, then I need to be ready. Mind, body, and soul, right? Have to be in complete alignment. So I was ready. Mentally, I was ready. And I said, okay, I need to lose weight because I'm tired. I'm moving, but I'm exhausted. I'm shaking, but I'm like barely here. And I'm like, I can't continue to go on like that. You know, those of you who know who are parents and, you know, and you're working or you're caretakers and you have other responsibilities, it becomes taxing, right? It becomes taxing where you have so many different things you have to do and you have to accomplish and you have to just do on a daily basis. So I was like, I got to lose this weight because this is too much weight on my body. For one, I'm 5'3". I'm 197 pounds. I'm a size 18 and my knees are bothering me. I can barely walk. I was walking like my grandmother, who's like in her 90s, was moving better than me, right? I was like, wasn't able to sit up, stand up straight. I couldn't even wear heels. And for those who know me, my shoe game was amazing. But I couldn't even wear them any longer because I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't stand up straight because I had so much inflammation in my body. I don't know if anybody can resonate with any of that, but when you have all this excess fluid, excess inflammation, it causes other pains and joints and aches and ailments in your body just because sometimes we have too much weight. Matter of fact, it's a lot of times we have too much weight. I had wound up starting to get high blood pressure, which I've never had any of those things. Like, so I just start having all these different issues. And I got tired of being like this. And so it was right before. So I had 2 months. I said, you know what? I'm not going to wait until the New Year's for a resolution. I'm about to turn 50. And this is what you was going to hear in the video. I was about to turn 50. And I something had to give. My mother had developed, because of all those things, I had developed an autoimmune disorder. And you know, when you have something that's autoimmune, they can't figure out, and that's what was going on for me for years. They couldn't really figure out or pinpoint what was causing all the inflammation, what was causing all of the different ailments that was going on in my body. I was on prednisone. For those of you who know about prednisone, boy, oh boy, oh boy, that thing kept me like a Oompa Loompa. I used to call myself a Oompa Loompa because I was on prednisone for 3.5 years. So that was also deteriorating my body, where I said, you know what, enough is enough. And I had made this statement and I thought, and I said, you know what, I, I need to create a new lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, because the way I've been doing this with my diets and off and on, and I'm going to the gym, and then I would go to the gym and I would work out, and then I would go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac. Like, really? Or I would get a milkshake. I'm like, oh, I did good. I'm treating myself. So what did I just do? Nothing. So it was at that time when I said, you know what, I want to lose this weight. I need at least lose at least 10 to 20 pounds to get me started and just create a new lifestyle. And it was right at that moment because, see, I knew what I wanted, but then it was the how. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this because, remember, I was yo-yoing back and forth, right? I did a diet. I was going to the gym. I would lose a little weight. I would bring it back. And I was starting to incorporate. I was joining like the Biggest Loser challenges, and a couple of them I came in second. Like, so I was doing something, I did stuff with the coworkers, we did some kind of Lose It app. We did all kinds of different things, right? Watching my calories, watching it. I tried everything. But it wasn't until I checked my email and I saw an email saying that we're looking for people who want to lose 20 pounds in 2020 for a new lifestyle. And I'm like, isn't that what I just said I wanted? Isn't that what I just said I needed to know, but I wasn't sure how? So when I saw that, I said, oh, that's for me. So I said, you know what? I contacted the person who sent the email, which happened to be the producer from the Dr. Oz show. And I got started. I just put my name in the hat. I sent the video that I was going to show you, the video that I sent. And from there, it was history, because I had already was determined I was ready. I was ready. So it was already prepared. I was ready. So now from what I understand, it was thousands of people, but they only picked 20 people. So I was one of the 20. And so now while I'm there, I'm like, wow, what did I get myself into? What in the world is this all about? I don't know, but I'm going to show up. And I'm going to show up and I'm going to be excited about it. So that started truly, to be true and honest, that really started my weight loss journey by answering a call, seeing an email, and just saying yes, because I was ready. I had already tried everything else. And so I said, well, let me just give this a try. And so then I had to go and I got my emails confirming I had to come and report to ABC Studios. I'm like, whoa, this is real. Now I'm getting scared. Now I'm getting so I'm going to take you through this journey. Now I'm getting the fear starting to kick in. I'm like, oh my gosh, what I got to do? I'm like, I got to, okay. And then I couldn't tell anybody, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm not going to be able to do this. And so then I said, you know what? I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to lose. I just know I'm going to trust this process. And what they did, they gave us our information. We showed up. They gave us a list of different things. And here's the thing. It was very ambiguous. It was just a list, a generic list of different types of food you can eat. And it was just a different set of parameters. And pretty much it just kind of said, okay, go ahead and do it. And so we really had to come up with our own thing. And so once I realized that, it's kind of like for those of you who bake or those of you who cook, especially baking, you have all these different ingredients. And then you have to put them all together. You have to have just the right temperature. You have to have the right mixture. You have to have the right measurements. You have to have the right consistency in order for that cake to be exactly what you need it to be. That's pretty much what that process was for me, going through the program, going through the Dr. Oz show. He just gave us the ingredients. And then it was up to me and everyone else who was the 20 to put it together and make this cake. So now for me, it was a challenge because a lot of the things on there, I was like, I am not eating this. But I made it work because I was able to take what I need and leave the rest. Take what I need and leave the rest. So going through that process, I said, I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to have fun. Now, little did I know, me showing up for me, right? It really had nothing to do with being on the show. It had everything to do with me because I knew why I needed to lose the weight. I knew that I was about to turn 50. And I was like, this is not how I'm trying to step into my 50s. And I was like, and my mother, this was the other thing. My mother didn't live to be past 51. So I said, you know what? And she had autoimmune disorders. And so I'm like, oh, Carolyn, you're following these footsteps. So if you need to do something about this for those who need you the most. So you got it. This is your time, and your time is right now. So that's why I was so full on board. And I said, you know what? I have to make this work for me because everything else that I tried didn't work. So I had to make it work for me. So who else out there can tell me, like, what is it that you've tried? Like, talk to me. Tell me what you've tried in the past. Whether it was, I mean, you can even name stuff if you want, but counting calories without saying names of stuff, you could say I counted calories, or I went to the gym, or like, tell me, or you took supplements. Tell me what you've done in the past. And let me see if it matches up to some of the things that I've done. So with that, it really just boiled down to me just having fun. Having fun. When I had to think about the 4 things, because I had to write them down. I had to make sure I wrote these 4 things down. What's the 4 things I said? It was 4 things that I learned in that whole process. And the 4 things that I learned was to pretty much overcome my fear, because I was fearful going into this whole process. But at the same token, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just let this thing do what it do. I'm just going to be excited about it. I'm just happy. I'm like, I'm doing something. I got a whole group, a cohort to work with, and we're feeding off of each other. And it was just an amazing experience. And I believe that's, so that was part of the accountability, being part of this accountability with these other women and a couple of men. And then also to just, I learned to stay committed. I learned to stay committed because I knew my why. I knew why this was so important to me. It was extremely important. And that's why I was able to stick to it. And then, of course, I just enjoyed the process. Like, I just went in and just said, I'm just going to have fun with it. And no matter what the outcome may be, like, I didn't have a set goal in mind. So let's keep that in mind. I didn't have a set goal in mind. It wasn't like I said, I have to lose 10 pounds. I have to lose 20 pounds. I had a range. I kept it open. And the reason why I did that, the reason why I kept it open is because I didn't want to set myself up for failure. So as long as I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose weight. And I'll be happy in this time, in this range. So, but I know it's going to take some time because it didn't just come on overnight. And it's not going to come off overnight. So I gave myself grace and I gave myself patience. And once again, I just had fun along the way. And next thing I know, as I'm sticking to this and by staying committed to it and just really following up and being heavy accountability and checking in with them every week and, and following up with the group, it allowed me to really stay focused. And with that, by doing that, next thing I know, I start seeing results. And I'm like, whoa, of course, when you see results, you get excited. You get more excited. I'm like, oh, my goodness. So, of course, I had coworkers. I was like, oh, my gosh, or people that saw me like, wow, you're losing weight. I'm like, yeah. So I just had them join me, but I never told them what I was doing. I just had them join me. So I had more accountability in my group and outside my group. And I was like, come on, let's all do this. And so the bottom line is what wound up happening by the time within a 2-month time span because now, and the taping started in January. So by the end of January, I had already lost 20 pounds just by sticking to the process, just by sticking to, well, I can tell you in 10 pounds, to be quite honest. So remember that picture? Remember that picture I showed you that was in August of 2019? Well, in December, see, that's December. That's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is really working. That was December. That was a month later, right before my birthday, before I turned 50. Matter of fact, that's right, literally right before I turned 50. I had already lost 10 pounds. So I was like, this is working. This is really working. Now, of course, this is a new body. I'm like, where has she been? Like, she's already here. And I can't even tell you. I just looked up one day and I'm like, whoa, there she is. And I just kept up I just kept the process. I just kept the same thing I was doing. And what it did is it led me to the next month, the next month for the show. Now I'm down to this. So that was on the left. That was when I started in November. And then on the right, that's me in January as my reveal on the show, where I lost 20 pounds. Now, on the left, you may look and say, well, you don't look that big, but remember, I knew how to camouflage my oompa. I knew how to camouflage it real good. Look at that waist. Those pants are really big. I think I have to find those jeans. Believe those jeans were, like I said, a 16, 18. Shirt was like an extra large, or either an extra large or a 1X. And then on the right, that's down to, I'm going to tell you that my weight kept changing. So I wasn't sure what I was wearing, because when I bought that, by the time it was time to wear it, it was already too big a little bit, but I had to wear it anyway because that's what I bought for the show. So, but within that time period, in 2 months, just by sticking to that, just by adhering to what I have already accomplished and did, it allowed me to lose the 20 pounds. Now, and this is all on national television. So it's ironic how I lost weight on national television. Like, it took me to be on national television to actually stick to something. Now, once again, that was 2019 when I started the process and I started to lose. And then 2020, you saw I had got to 20 pounds. And now I'm still doing what I did. And now here comes March 11th. And now here's the pandemic. And so now we're all home. So I was already had a jump start. I already was accustomed to the way I was doing things. Now, the only sidebar, everything I did, here's the kicker. Everything that I did before, right? Everything that I did before was on fast food. I kid you not. I lost all that weight on fast food. That's no lie. Fast food is what allowed me to lose all that weight. And so, yeah, like, here's another picture of me prior to when I was working out. I worked out, and I worked out in the dress. That was the first day I said, I'm going to do this. I think that was in 2017, I think. And I was like, I'm just going to come. And I went to the gym and I didn't get a chance to change my clothes. So I had to wear a dress. Now, mind you, it got to a point where that's all I could wear was dresses and flats, because I couldn't wear heels. Dresses didn't make me look as fat. I didn't feel as fat in dresses, but that's what wound up happening. So just going through this whole process, really, truly on national television has turned into this. Has turned into, and this is just a fraction. Like, this is just a fraction. It turned into, that first picture on the top is when we had to do our exercise on TV. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then it just really started to continue to grow, continue to grow, continue to grow. And I wind up being on multiple episodes, multiple segments for the show because of my progress, because of me just really having fun with the whole thing. And I'm gonna tell you, when I had to do that reveal, it was so nerve-wracking. I'm nerve-wracking is an understatement when I tell you how nerve-wracking it was to actually be I can't, oh my gosh, it was so nerve-wracking. I was so nervous because I had to stand behind the entrance wherever before they let me out, and everyone else had to before me had to go ahead of me. And so now I'm the last one standing because I was the big reveal. I was the one that lost the 20 pounds. I was the one that was the system 20 that proved that this thing can work. So, and this was something that they just put together. They had no clue, but because I was able to test it out and to really be successful with it, it's proven to have worked. And so, and I did it on fast food. And like I said, I showed Dr. Oz and everybody around the world how my secrets and how you can lose this weight on fast food. See, but then now we're going to fast forward this thing. Now we're in a pandemic. Can't go to fast food anymore, right? Can't do fast food any longer. So now I have to be real creative with what I'm going to do. So with what I was able to do from that, let me see what's going on here. Oops, I'm looking for this other. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so what I was able to do in the process is, so I'm going to show you. Yes, I lost it by fast food. And so now we're going to fast forward. So remember the picture I showed you before? So now here we go. Fast forward. Now this is all through the pandemic. I continue to lose weight. And now I'm 70 pounds lighter from where I started. And that all happened because of the process that I started, the systems that I put in place, the staying committed, being, holding myself accountable, really conquering this fearlessness, learning something new and adapting it to myself. And really, truly, as you can see, over the span of a 2-year period, really, because you have things on there from 2020 and 2021. Because now during the pandemic, you see now there's an episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes actually, where I'm just on Zoom because I couldn't go into the studio. Now, the very last time where you see the side-by-side with me with Dr. Oz, the easy way to lose weight with that purple picture again, that's me now. So that's me now, 70 pounds lighter. And it's really truly because, of the systems that I was able to put in place. Once again, 4 things was conquering my fear by, being accountable and by staying committed and just enjoying the process. And as you can see, that's part of the journey, and the journey continues and the journey continues. So I wanted to share all this with you because this journey has been just amazing. Like, it's just been beyond amazing that when I really think about it, all the things that I've done in the past with, they all added to the success. So I want everyone to realize that if there's anything that you've done before and it didn't work, it did work. You know why? Because you started something and you had some success with it. So now you have to add to it. Now you have to do something different. That's what happened with me. And now, do you have to be on national television to do it? No. But what you can do is go through the things that I went through and the processes that I went through. So once again, I just want to leave you with 4 things, and then share with you some things that I have coming up that could, if you need my help, then I have ways that I can help you. So, but the 4 things, like, once again, I went over them again, and it's just changing your mindset. Continue to do what you were doing, but I want you to do it in a way where you conquer all your fears about not being able to do something, not being able to lose the weight, or not being able to stick to something, right? And then really tap into what your why is. So that way that can be your anchor, right? Then I want you to be committed to your process. Just be committed to it. Really be committed to it, because you know why you're doing it. You know for what reason, the long term for it, the long term outcome for it. And then I want you to also have accountability. Be accountable. Be accountable for someone else to help you in the process. And then also, I want you to just enjoy the process. Have fun with it. Just have fun, because it's you. Like, it shouldn't be this serious. It shouldn't be like, oh, like I gotta get on this diet and I'm not. Have fun with it, because then when it becomes a job, we don't like doing jobs, right? I know I don't. But it's something that's fun. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So let me say. So Walt is saying, I just wanted to say that your physical transformation has become what magnify your essence truly means. Yes. Continue to conquer your journey on being healthy for a long time. Thank you. Yes. This is true. This is so true about magnify your essence. So this is definitely part of it. It's mind, body, and spirit, mind, body, and soul. So you have to have all of those things in order to magnify your essence. So thank you, Walt. So I have 3 things that are coming up that I want to share with you guys, but how you can get part of that. You see right here, it says bit.ly get my wellness plan. Like, I'm going to give you guys that. Just go there and you can get your free wellness plan. So it's just a wellness plan that you can have right now today to kind of help get you started. Basically all the things that I've kind of worked on. So just go grab your wellness plan. It's there. Just go to this link right here. Where is it? Go to the link right there next to my name and just go ahead and get it. And it's for you. No cost. That's my gift to you. But what I also have 3 different ways that I can help you. If you need me to be the one to help you with this process, to help you with something new, to help you just transition, to help you transform, to help you now get to this place and space. Like, you don't have to be on national television to do it, but you can learn from someone who has been through the process. And I've showed you my journey, right? And the journey continues, even when you have your slip ups, and you trust me, I have had mine too. But at the end of the day, it's still part of the journey, because it has now become a new lifestyle. And that's the difference, because diets come and go. Lifestyles, they stay forever, right? So I have 3 things. So one, when you sign up for this, you get on the list, and I am coming out with, I can't wait. And I'll give you the information so you can pre-order. I am going to release my book. I have a book coming out, and I held on to it. I'm going to tell you why. And it's all about this, how to lose this weight. 4 practical ways on 4 steps on just using fast food, like what I did. Now, I did not put it out. It was all ready to go back in March. But then the pandemic happened. And consciously, I could not release it, because I could not go tell people to lose weight with fast food when there was a pandemic. I didn't want someone to lose their life over because they wanted to lose some weight. So some things, you have to just always hold back. So now that things are operating in a different way now, where we can go out to eat. Of course, we still have precautions and things of that nature, and you have to use your own discretion. But now I feel in my spirit I can release it. So when you sign up to get your free wellness plan, I'll send you the information so you can sign up for the book lead. Sorry, getting tongue tied here. So you can pre-order my book, okay, on basically the steps, the things I did. May I take your order, right? I don't know. Y'all like that? Because my original title was I don't do reservations. I don't do recipes. I do reservations. But now I'm just like, I think I may just name it, may I take your order? Can I take your order? So It's going to be one of those two titles, but I'm going to release it. The pre-orders are going to come out on Monday, but so you'll be the first ones to get that information for the pre-orders for that. So that's one way. Another way, I have a course that's, how to lose your quarantine 15. And that's the course that I taught to help people lose the 15 pounds, just at least 10 to 15 pounds that they gained during the pandemic, right? And during quarantine. Those pounds are still on, even though we're not quarantined anymore. Those pounds ain't going nowhere. So that's something. And that's like a small investment for that. Then, of course, if you want something a little bit more of a deeper dive, then you can also be part of my boot camp. Now, it's when we say boot camp, you're like, oh my gosh, what's a boot camp? Like, we're going to be doing all this exercising. No, I'm going to take you through the process 4 weeks. It's a 4-week boot camp. And I'm going to tell you that the individuals and the people who have went through the boot camp have shown, oh my gosh, they have done so well in the boot camps. And they're losing the weight and they've kept it off and it's creating a new lifestyle. And then you get to work one-on-one with me, right? And then you have this accountability, you have this group, you have the systems in place to help you succeed. So those are 4 ways. 4 ways that you can. And once again, when you sign up for the Get My Wellness Plan, you'll get information about all 3 of those things. So there you go, right? That's my journey, how I lost 70 pounds on national television. Like, how did that happen? It took me to be on television to lose 70 pounds and to keep it off, right? And to keep it off. That's the key right there, because it wasn't a diet, it was a lifestyle change. So yeah, there's no products involved. There's no, gimmicks involved. It's just me sharing with you and guiding you through the process so you can have success in this as well. So I'm going to open it up. Anybody have any questions? Hey, Connie, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me see what you got. What kind of questions do you have for me before we wrap this thing up? I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. We had Ohio in the house. We had Philly in the house. I see we got Virginia in the house. So yeah, thank you. Whether you're catching this on the replay or catching this on the you're catching this now while I'm still here. So let me put this in the chat so you can get my wellness plan. So I just put the link in the chat so you can go grab it, grab your wellness plan, and then you have, like I said, there's 1 of 3 things that are coming up that you could, if you want some additional assistance in your journey, your weight loss journey. I will be doing pre-orders for my latest book on how I lost weight on fast food, and give you tips on 4 practical tips on how you can use fast food to lose weight as well. That's one way. 2, you can take my lose your quarantine 15, your Q15. That's just a 1-day course that you can take, and I take you through the practical steps as well. A little bit more of a deeper dive than what's in the book, of what you can do and the systems that you can put in place so you can too start to lose your 15 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever you gained during the pandemic and the quarantine time. That's still there. Then there's a deeper level, and that's to work with me over a 4-week period and my If Done Right boot camp. So those are, I'm saying 4, I'm brother man, 3 ways in which that I can be of assistance to help and serve you. But the 4th way is that just get that wellness plan, and that'll get you started, right? That'll get you started. Then you can also join my Fierce and Fearless weight loss group. That's a group of over 100, well over 100 men and women from around the world who are all there to support one another in their journey. So jump on board, come on board. So if there's no questions by anybody or no statements or anything, I think we're going to call this a day. So, but this has been great. I hope you guys learned a lot from my journey. Man, I'm telling you, this journey has been utterly amazing. And I'm going to leave you with this last thing. So just know that whenever you're doing something, Whenever you're doing something for yourself, 80% of the success that you get is just showing up. Okay? So, if you want to be successful in your weight loss journey, you have to show up, not for anybody else, but for you. All right. So I will see you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope all is well. Continue to be fierce and fearless on this fabulous Friday. Continue to be empowered, inspired, and magnified in everything you do. Make sure you go here. You get your wellness plan. That way you can get the information on the book launch to be the first to get one of the books, to join either the Quarantine 15 or to be part of the boot camp that starts on the 8th. I forgot to tell you, the 8th. So it starts on the 8th and it's 4 weeks. So the book is going to be released soon. The course, you can take that at any time, but the boot camp, that starts on the 8th. But it all starts by going here, and then I can follow you and give you the information going forward. All right. I see you guys. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.